วัสดีค่ะ Thank you for joining us on Newsline. We are broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88, and on NBT World. It's Friday, February the 26th, and you're with me, Tra Thira Kausan. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has met with the Dutch ambassador to Thailand to discuss the promotion of cooperation between the two countries. His Excellency Karel Johannes Hartog, the ambassador of the Netherlands to Thailand, paid a courtesy call on General Prayut upon his assumption of the new post. As the diplomatic relations between the two nations have lasted over 400 years, the Thai Premier cited the Netherlands as a long-standing economic partner. At present, there are more than 300 Dutch companies investing in Thailand, with some using the kingdom as their gateway to the ASEAN market. On this occasion, General Prayut invited the Netherlands, via the ambassador, to invest in the many economic projects of the Thai government, especially those under the Water Resources Management Strategy for 2015 until 2026. The two sides also touched on bilateral cooperation in other areas such as education and food production. Concerning Thai politics, the Prime Minister affirmed that the National Reform Plan is being pushed forward and that the government is committed to establishing a stronger democracy, as well as creating reconciliation and stability in the nation. Uthai Thani province has prepared to receive the Prime Minister when he travels to witness a handover of forest reserve lands to locals under a government program to provide farmland to those in need. Uthai Thani Governor Prapat Malakan led security officials and other related agencies to prepare the grounds for a ceremony in Lansak district, where Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha will chair the handover of agricultural land deeds to the province's destitute. The Prime Minister's office has disclosed that on top of handing out the land deeds, the Premier will also donate farming necessities such as fertilizer and saplings to those participating in the government program. While visiting Uthai Thani, the Prime Minister will also inspect the Tapse Lab water project, which provides water for farms growing plants with low water needs and serves as a fish farm. The Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC, has denied claims that the new charter will include a higher authority to control any elected government. CDC Chairman Michai Ruchpan said he has already met with Deputy Prime Minister Wishnuk Kriangam to discuss the Cabinet's proposal to divide the enforcement of the new Constitution into two separate periods. Mr. Michai said that the CDC has made it clear that all elected governments under the new charter will not have to worry about insufficient power or any overruling authority after they take office. He stated that once a new government is elected, the current administration and the National Council for Peace and Order will need to step down and cease to exist. The CDC chairman also denied that the charter drafters were considering a proposal to allow the present government and the NCPO to remain in office for 5 more years to ensure the political transition would go smoothly and the new government would be able to achieve national reform. The Election Commission, or EC, is planning to distribute copies of the new draft charter to the public within the next 2 months. EC member Somchai Sisuthiyakon said that the EC had held a meeting with Deputy Prime Minister Wishnuk Kriangam to discuss revisions to the regulations of a public referendum and has already reached a conclusion on the issue. Concerning preparations for the public referendum, Mr. Somchai said there were talks about 3 main points, including the criteria to identify the number of eligible voters, revoking the mandatory requirement to distribute copies of the draft charter to at least 80% of eligible voters, and relaxing the age limit for eligible voters in the referendum. The EC has estimated that publishing the draft charter will cost 200 million baht. The EC member said that the distribution will also be done through the EC's website and smartphone application starting in mid-April. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has held the first MFA CEO Forum to provide an opportunity for foreign ambassadors to meet with top Thai executives of major firms. Deputy Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Panyarak Punsap, said that the event was viewed as an exclusive platform for almost 40 ambassadors to Thailand to meet for the first time with the CEO and other top executives of the Siam Cement Group. It provided an opportunity for foreign public sectors to better understand Thailand's economic potential and the Thai companies' contributions to global sustainable development. SCG President and CEO Rungrod Rangsit-Yopat said members of the Thai business sector aspire to be known as ASEAN sustainable business leaders, citing initiatives such as the green manufacturing process in Indonesia, human resources learning and development, and promoting vocational training. SCG has expanded its business in cement and construction materials, chemicals, and packaging throughout the ASEAN region, with factories in Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. The Public Relations Department, or PRD, is organizing a workshop for government spokesperson as well as related personnel from 20 ministries and 16 related agencies. For more on this, Kun Naak Rotanasuwan has the story.
Today marks the first day of the Public Relations Department's workshop on enhancing the quality and skill of ministry spokespersons. The workshop is being held at the Institute of Public Relations in Bangkok once a week for 3 weeks on February the 24th, March the 2nd, and March the 9th. PRD Director General Apinan Jantarangsi welcomed the government spokespersons and explained that participants will learn skills in hosting press conferences and assimilating data for public relations.
The workshop today is being held in line with the policy of Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha to enhance the efficiency of ministry spokespersons in providing accurate information and achievements of their respective agencies to the public.
Minister attached to the office of Prime Minister Mom Luang Panatta Diskun gave a keynote speech highlighting the duties of a civil servant and urging participants to work together for the betterment of the kingdom. He then gave a special lecture sharing his humble experience working as a civil servant. He stressed the importance of local, regional, and central administration, saying all three are equally essential. He later gave an overview of the workshop and offered some advice for ministry spokespersons.
We hope that this gathering of all the spokesmen, spokeswomen from various ministries would help to assist society to understand more what the government has accomplished so far and of the policies that we are still working on for the next 1 year to come. Be honest, telling the society, telling the people the truth, and what we have been taught for a long period of time as a public servant, we shall conduct a good role model, sharing code of conduct to everyone working within the government side. Thank you.
Meanwhile, spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sek Wanamethi, gave his expectations from the workshop.
And I think this initiative serves us well in, firstly, the networking amongst all the government agencies, spokespersons and deputy spokespersons. The networking is very important because with the fast pace of the news, it is always important for the spokespersons of all government agencies to have direct access to the related or the relevant government agencies. Secondly is the art of being a spokesperson, the technique of being a spokesperson, the technique of giving, disseminating information, the technique of giving interviews. And this is in line with what many government agency spokespersons have attached importance to.
The workshop today is being held in line with the policy of Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha to enhance the efficiency of ministry spokespersons in providing accurate information and achievements of their respective agencies to the public.
February 25, 1930 marks the first day of radio broadcasting in the Kingdom of Thailand. Now, 86 years later, radio remains an important medium, but with many changes along the way. NBT World correspondent Panot Sisinsap reports.
February 25, 2016 marked 86 years since the first radio broadcast took place in Thailand. The broadcast started with the speech of King Rama VII on his coronation day, and it was transmitted through a cable from Amarin Vinichai Throne Hall in the Grand Palace to a transmitter at a small experimental radio station at Payathai Palace in Payathai District. King Prachadipok publicly delivered the address, saying that radio broadcast was launched to promote education and commerce and provide education to the general public. His address brought delight and excitement to citizens across the nation. The royal address was considered Thailand's first radio broadcast, and the official name of the station was then adopted as Radio Thailand on the 1st of January 1941. Prince Purashat Chayakon is considered the father of Thai radio, as he has introduced radio broadcasting technology to the country. From then until now, Radio Thailand is the country's major broadcasting station, operating 147 radio channels of assorted arrays of programs across the country. Being the first and the country's major broadcasting entity, every year the channel will honor His Royal Highness for his introduction. During the event, various veteran radio announcers, radio program producers, and those who are involved in the radio field came to celebrate. They are happy to share with NBT World the progress of radio throughout the years.
I think the biggest change that we've seen now is in terms of technology. All the music were on big vinyl records. But these days, of course, everything is computerized. Musically, of course, trends change and also formats. To say that content-wise, has it changed very much? No. Good content is good content.
I remember that radios back then were very big, a lot of tubes, and each time we turned one on, people in the village would gather around it and listen to songs or news. The songs back then really pulled the people together.
This is a wide recording machine that Radio Thailand used to produce radio newsreel for the first time in our Thai broadcasting history. The way that it works, they just put it in the machine and then recording the voice, and after that they have to edit the while recording. So it's very difficult to edit at that time.
So after 86 years, the PRD director, who is the head of all the media run by the Public Relations Department, see a greater future for radio in Thailand, even in the internet age.
ในโอกาสครบรอบ 86 ปีสถานี
On this auspicious occasion of the 86th anniversary of Radio Thailand, we can say we have developed a lot both technologically and content-wise, and we constantly update our programs to provide interesting and up-to-date information. Despite the emerging new media that offers instant information from around the world, we continue to provide accurate information while facing in new technologies and ways of expressing content of the interest of the public.
Despite growing popularity of online media, Catering all contents on demand, experts see that radio should stand the test of time as the media is embedded in our daily lives and is always easily accessible. Happy 86 years of radio and many more to come. Ampano Season Sub, NBT World.
Fishing operators have been urged to renew their permits by early next month and cautioned that any unauthorized fishing would bring about legal consequences. An announcement has been issued by the Department of Fisheries notifying entrepreneurs in the commercial fishing industry to apply for a new permit within March 1st until the 15th. Applications will be accepted at fisheries offices and district offices in Bangkok and seaside provinces. Once approved, applicants will be required to pay a fisheries tax and related fees at the place of application between March 28th until the 31st. They will then receive their permit, boat stickers, and other documents. As the new fishing year is scheduled to begin on April 1st, the department warned that any fishing boats found to be operating at sea without the new permit would be considered in violation of the law. Anyone involved would be subject to criminal prosecution and administrative penalties. A combined task force of related officials in the southern province of Ranong has conducted an inspection of fishing boats as part of the effort to eradicate illegal labor and human trafficking in the fishing industry. The boat inspection procedure was led by the Ranong Provincial Administration and the Thai-Myanmar Border Fishery Coordination Center of the 3rd Naval Area Command. Other related agencies engaged in the operation included the Provincial Office of Labor, Office of Labor Protection and Welfare, Office of Employment Marine Office, Office of Fisheries, Office of Social Development and Human Security, and the Internal Security Operations Command. The authorities examined 5 fishing vessels operating in the Andaman Sea near Koh Chang and Koh Payam of Ranong. Boat operators and crew members were asked for their legal documents in order to determine if they were in compliance with the Ministry of Labor's regulations. No illegal labor, child labor, or any illegal practices were discovered on any of the boats. This operation was in line with the urgent policy to prevent and eliminate human trafficking in Thailand in hopes of removing the country from the U.S. watch list. And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Up next in ASEAN News, the Tourism Authority of Thailand holds a seminar to prepare the northern region for the AEC. But first, let's take a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Pad Thai has been famous since World War II. Noodles are made from rice. The same grain used for rice with barbecue pork, rice with chicken, and crispy rice. The sauce is made from a mixture of tamarind. Locals believe the tamarind tree is holy and use it to ward off evil spirits such as the flying ghost, the glowing ghost, also Dracula. Pad Thai is not complete without dry shrimps. Good dry shrimps come from the south of Thailand, which is known for a beautiful coral reef, white sand, and sunshine. If you prefer authenticity, try having it with banana blossoms. Banana tree trunks are also used for the Loi Krathong festival and also for practicing Muay Thai. This is the story of Pad Thai. There are thousands of other stories to discover. Discover your amazing stories in amazing Thailand.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The Tourism Authority of Thailand, or TAT, and related agencies have organized a seminar to prepare business operators in Tak and nearby provinces in the northern region for the ASEAN Economic Community, or AEC. Ms. Suchitra Chongchansito, TAT Executive Director for the Northern Region, said that the seminar is jointly organized by the TAT, the Thai Chamber of Commerce, the Board of Trade of Thailand, and the Tak Chamber of Commerce. She explained that the seminar discussed the overall situation of the AEC and opportunities that came with it. It also talked about possible directions to penetrate tourism in Myanmar after Thailand holds general elections sometime next year. Ms. Suchitra later talked about a road trip exploring the business, investment, and tourism-related opportunities in Myanmar. She said the trip, scheduled for February 25th until the 28th, will take the participants to Myanmar's Ma Lam Yain, Kayek To, and Yangon. The organizers are encouraging tourists to stay in Masot district of Tak before crossing the border to Myanmar. They promoted the province's numerous tourist attractions and the new road linking Masot to Myanmar's Myawaddy, Kokarek, and Yangon, which has complemented tourism, trade, and investment. Dozens of sea lions have washed up on Chile's northern shore in the region of Antofagasta. It was a grim scene on the beach of the coastal town of Hornitos, with most of them found in an advanced state of decomposition. Chilean environmental authorities have said the animals are dying of starvation because the El Niño phenomenon is causing a scarcity of phytoplankton. Phytoplankton is needed to feed anchovies and sardines, both of which are an essential part of a sea lion's diet. Carlos Guerrera, a biologist from the University of Antofagasta, said dead sea lions have been found along the whole coast of Antofagasta. Others have left the area in the search for food, and the situation is concerning since experts do not know how long this phenomenon will last. Bodies started washing up on shore about 2 months ago. For the time being, sea lions found alive, especially babies, are rescued by officials from the National Fisheries Service and taken to a rescue center at the University of Antofagasta to take care of them and subsequently return them to the wild. And that's the end of today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. Just simply type in NNT or check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/en. And we're going to say goodbye now with footage from Milan Fashion Week at the Roberto Cavalli Fashion Show. I'm Clara Tirakosan. Have a wonderful day. Sawasdee ka.